I drive my car up to the lake as if there's someone to awake. I haven't been to bed for days, I live in a twilight haze. And I set my heart to the setting sun, and I hope that no one else has done it. And the drinks are never far, open up the bar. I miss you every single day. I wait until I start your way. I hate the way I'm straying into these perfect days.
Let's begin. So, Neroli, welcome to the podcast. Now, you work at Kennett Crafted Jewels.
Beautiful.
And so, how long have you been working there for? Thanks for coming in so early, because it's
grim. No, it's not grim. I'm up, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm awake, but this is not normal. But
today is one of the warmest mornings we have ever had.
Yeah.
Not on record, but I mean, it's super warm.
It is.
For the podcast, it's one of the warmest mornings.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
So you struck lucky there. Far out. It's beautiful.
I know. It's going to get better too. I'm going swimming afterward.
Yeah. Peter's taking the kids to the beach as well.
Sweet. Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's not something you can normally do on the holidays, probably around Easter in Christchurch, but
no,
it is today.
Good.
Hey, so now, going back to Kennett's Crafted Jewels. So, how long have you been there for?
It must be 10 years.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't had my silver watch yet, but I'm sure it's 10.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we don't sell watches anymore, which is very sad.
Yeah.
Yes. Very sad after such a long time. But anyway, so I won't be getting one of those, but I think I've been... I'll be getting nothing now. I think I've been there at least 10 years.
Yeah. But that's... So you started after the earthquake?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
So how did they... Because they've been... Now, Kennett's has been around for like 140 years or so.
Yeah.
Which that in itself is pretty unusual for Christchurch, I suppose, for having such a long, like a business with that amount of time.
Yes, well, it is. And they started further up High Street. After the earthquake, we moved to Sydenham.
Yep.
And then we came back, obviously, but further along, a block further along. But it still feels like High Street because...
It does?
Yeah, it does.
Because there's a lot of other businesses that perhaps were there before that haven't returned. And, you know, there were... Is Mackenzie and Willis?
No, you need to get down there. It's only around the corner.
No, I know. But
they've transformed the building. But no, they're not there.
Yeah. Because a lot of that, you know, there's other iconic businesses that was kind of the end, wasn't it?
I know. Well, look at the Cotters building they're doing up. That's going to be beautiful.
Yeah. So it's pretty excited. You're still sort of feeling quite upbeat about the CBD and stuff? Like
I'm feeling upbeat about my part. I don't think they're building it for old people like me. I think it's going to be for young people ultimately. But I like High Street because it feels different than, say, the City Mall or something like that.
What makes you say that? Like, why do you think it's more for young people?
Well, I think they'll just be focused on, you know, like, look at it, there's lots of cafes. There's really only one, and that's yours, of course. But there are, I mean, everybody drinks coffee now, don't they? But, you know, and I just look at the sort of type of shops and things that are going. So I like that I'm in town, obviously, but just to the side of it.
Yeah. I think it's remarkable. Yeah. Businesses that are 140 years old in Christchurch. I mean,
it's unusual.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah. And we still get...
family owned.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, and my boss, she's fourth generation. So.
Yeah,
so it's good. Yeah. Yes, I wish I'd started when I was, 13. But I didn't. But I did know Mr. and Mrs. Kennett, which was really nice.
And in fact, you were named after...
Mrs. Kennett, yes, so which leads to a bit of confusion.
Because two Nerolis.
Yes, it's unusual,
Yeah, it is unusual. But so were you in jewellery before Kennett's?
Yes, well, I was in fashion. In fact, I worked next door to Kennett's for a long time.
Okay.
But prior to that, I was at Rockabella,
which
that's a job I walked into. I had no jewellery experience.
Brilliant.
I was bluff and bluster. No, I cracked a good joke. Apparently, that's how I got the job.
Do you remember the joke?
Well, I don't, but I don't remember that. I'm used to relaying.
Hands up.
No.
I'm taking all the diamonds. Yeah.
No, it was something to do with Melbourne Cup, because that year it had been rained out, and I saw on the TV there were all these women and their finery that had plastic bags over their shoes. So I don't remember what I made up about that, but it was some sort of crack that stuck. So anyway,
cool.
But I mean, that was in the days when I used to draw pictures of the jewellery I was designing, and then they'd get faxed away and miraculously come back as a ring. But those days are gone now. So I don't actually. I will do a scribble on a piece of paper, but Anne, she does CAD now, so it's all.
I see.
It's all
digital.
done like that. Yes, which I don't do anything. I have nothing of my choice. Have nothing to do with.
Yeah. That's happened in heaps of industries.
Yes.
When Peter started doing drafting and architecture, was, and my sister's started. She's an architect, and it was all drawn when they started, and then it was a difficult transition time to go through for them. I mean, they learned everything on paper, and then of course CAD was coming of age.
Yes,
and it just took over.
Well, it's changed how we do things.
Yeah. Although I think there's still room for that hand-drawn kind of thing.
Yes, well, I hope so. I hope so.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, not mine. I would say those little sketches on scraps of paper, not anything.
Yeah.
You don't have time to do a finished drawing.
Do many customers come in with drawings of rings
they
that they have in their mind?
They don't come in with drawing. It's all on their phone now.
Oh, right. I've seen this.
I mean, the big challenge is getting what's in their head to turn it into something. But it's a process. It's a good one, I mean,
And diamonds is still sort of reigning supreme?
They are, but...
Yes.
Man-made diamonds. We've started using man-made diamonds, and moissanite is another one.
Right.
Yeah, so... And that's a young, people are more sort of conscious about those kind of things. So that's, who knew we would ever be doing that, but
Why is that?
Well, it's, just to do with an awareness of global things, and they don't want to. Well, there was that film that came out years ago called Blood Diamonds, and boy, did that stick. I mean, the diamond industry is heavily regulated, so that we don't have anything like that. It just wouldn't even get into the country. But it is a concern, and I would say more for young people, just like I think, I say young people like I'm 100, but I just, well, I don't know, 20s, I would say 20s and 30s probably. There's just that growing awareness of things around that I'm sure I didn't have when I was young, but,
No, you have them when you're young, and then you just get rid of them as soon as you turn 40. It's just like flag this.
It's, I'm up with global warming, but there are things, and I think it's a good thing. There's just more of a consciousness. People are talking about that.
That's right. And if we can improve anything, why not?
Yeah. This table's wobbling. It's actually driving me nuts. Shall I shift it?
I'll tell you what, I'll shift it around. Because I detest mine aren't wobbly.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just thought I needed to say that.
Yeah. It's the...
Because I'm wobbling.
It's the New Zealand terracotta floors.
Yeah,
I'm going to grab a glass of water.
That's great. Yes, I'll have one of those.
If you chuck your iPad under there, dude.
No, it's good. It's good. Thanks. Thanks.
Have you seen the ad with the iPad as a chopping board?
No, but I have thought of that myself.
This little guy's the father an iPad, and he's like, "This is awesome!" And then he's like in the kitchen chopping up onions on it.
Oh, that's so funny.
Is that like an advert for spectacles or something?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It was a Scandinavian.
That's cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They do everything pretty well. Those guys.
They do. Yeah.
Now. So, diamond rings, so you're still kind of specialising in engagement rings, right?
Engagement, wedding rings, yes. Because we have jewellery, obviously, in the shop, but people look at it and then... Or they have quite a specific idea, so sometimes...
The customisation of it all.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I would say 99 point something that would be... custom, well, not customise, i.e. that we're turning one thing into something else. I mean, from somebody's image, or they say... I mean, some people have no idea what they want. I mean, we mostly get young men coming in that have I don't want to say no clue, but they, I mean, it's not something you shop for every day. I think a lot of them probably never even been in a jewellery shop before, so it's up to us to sort of work out what they want. So I just ask millions of questions. I'm sure they just buy one to get away from me, but I just think you just keep asking questions, and eventually you get where you want. And I've never had anybody bring it back and say she didn't like it.
No.
So I mean, obviously, if she didn't like it, of course we would fix that. But
perhaps she just didn't like him.
Well, I don't know. I haven't had any of those either, so it's good. Yeah. So
haven't you?
No.
Well, no returned engagement rings.
No.
Gee, I thought there would have been a whole stack.
No. Well, I mean, I'm not going to speak about a couple of incidents,
No.
Sometimes I'm trying to think. Have we ever? We did once change a stone colour because the blue wasn't right.
Yeah.
And that was the woman, not the guy.
Yeah.
But of course we can do that. So, so
brilliant.
Yeah.
So, and blue, that would imply that maybe gemstones and stuff?
Yeah, well, that was after a diamond, I'd say a blue sapphire is the most popular. But
is that right?
We work with champagne diamonds, or chocolate diamonds, or what else is popular? Yeah, probably blue or diamond, yeah.
Oh, it's fascinating.
Yeah, it is.
Gemstones, what's your favourite?
Well, I like aquamarine, emerald, anything emerald cut. I just like that. Yeah. So, I mean, do I need a diamond? I'm supposed to say yes, but personally I don't. But if somebody threw one at me, it would have to be large and an emerald cut. So yeah.
Oh, wow. So do you still get excited if you see other people's? Do you sometimes just
yes, I
scan
do. Totally.
People's? And do you ever find yourself saying, wow, could I look at your ring?
Maybe I don't. I just
look
at it.
I
scan people's jewellery and their teeth.
Yep.
I know that sounds dumb. They're my two things. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a diamond in someone's teeth? Sorry,
well, I've seen a diamond in a dog's ear in Paris once.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was quite startling.
Yeah.
It was I'll never forget it. It was in a cafe. I was with a friend. We used to go every day, so we'd eat our way through the pastries. And there was this woman came in and she had a Burberry dog carrying bag thing, as you do.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was a little chichi thing. And it had... My friend said, "Oh my gosh, look at that!" Yeah, and there it was. Yeah, so,
boom.
Yeah. So, but have we done any of those?
Man.
No, but we have set a diamond that was made from dog's ashes. We have done that.
Right.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, humans will be next. Yeah.
Yep.
Well.
So do we? Yeah. Where do they get made? Not in New Zealand.
No, somewhere up north, I think.
Do they?
It's a long and expensive process.
Is it?
Yeah. And it just looks like a diamond.
Yeah.
You would not know. Yeah.
So have you had any fakes come across the counter or?
No. Well, here's where I say my eyesight is terrible. But no, I mean we can test. We've got a diamond. We can test them. No, we haven't had any. Fake.
Is that pretty much like an instant test?
Well, it's just this little gadget and it has this needle. Having said that. Sometimes like with a synthetic stone, their makeup is the same as a natural one. But you can tell because a natural stone will have usually some sort of inclusions in it, whereas another, a fake one generally sort of doesn't. But I dare say, like everything else, they'll be putting some inclusions in, if they're not already.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something the industry's aware of, but...
Yeah,
Yeah. But do we come across
them? They
them?
don't feel threatened?
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I think there's that thing about diamonds, isn't there? There's that scarcity and...
Well, there's this perception that the world's going to run out of them. I probably don't think that will happen, but who knows?
That's what they've been saying about bananas, coffee...
coffee.
And diamonds.
Please don't run out of coffee.
Yeah. I mean, gee, who knows?
Yeah.
Might open up the newspaper today and there's no bananas.
Yeah, well, that's...
That would be such a shock. But now that I've said it, it might happen.
Yeah.
So your favourite gemstones are sort of more of the... Sorry, emerald.
No, emerald, it's an emerald cut. It has less facets. It's a rectangle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, but I like other ones too. I love lapis, which we never go. That's not a fine. So that beautiful blue. And what else do I like? Rutilised quartz. I just love. Because it has this little shards of other gemstone. But we don't tend to work with those for fine. jewellery. But
so emerald cut, that's a bit confusing, isn't it? Because like emerald is a colour, isn't it?
Yes, and you get an emerald cut emerald, obviously. But
Ah, wow.
Yeah. I just like them because they're not actually that sparkly. I just like the shape.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That table's wobbly as well.
Yes,
Neroli.
I know. Did you notice? I was like, yeah, it's fine. I can cope.
Okay.
Just keep the coffee coming.
Yeah, I can make it. I can make.
Of all the people that you would pick, who would spot the two wobbly tables? It would be me. Yeah.
Oh no! I mean, it's an ongoing problem for cafes around the world.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I know.
It's an everyday occurrence.
Yeah, funny. Yeah.
Something that us business
I'll
owners
put that
have to
away,
worry
otherwise
about.
I'll fiddle with the spoon.
So now, you said you were working for Rockabella at the time of the earthquakes, was it?
No. That, but I went. I was. Well, goodness, what was I doing before then? That's too far back. Then I went there. Then I ended up in fashion, which was sort of my first love.
Yep.
I suppose. And then the earthquakes and the whole stuff happened. So then Anne approached me to work for her, because the thing with jewellery, and it's not like I'd forgotten it, but it's like an accumulated knowledge. So way back in the you do sort of remember things. So imagine that's helpful. So
totally. Yeah, things probably don't change an awful lot, although you would see the trends in the fashions, like you said before, some certain stones.
Well, you see,
and
styles, once you had to have what they call a halo ring, a stone with diamonds all around. We don't do many of those now. Solitaire will win all the way.
That's pretty cool. I mean, there has to be some ageless. It's just I suppose it's a part of, just the whole culture almost. I don't know if it's culture, but that whole thing. I can sort of understand why solitaire sort of goes all the way through. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's timeless, and if you didn't know what to choose, you couldn't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Hey, so what happened? So you weren't working at a jewellery place during the earthquakes? Because I was kind of curious about as to what would have happened, like, because the earthquakes were so dramatic and stuff. How they would have locked up their stock and left the shop?
Well, my understanding is, yes, they did. My gosh, it's such a long time ago, isn't it? But everybody got a chance to go in and get something. I mean, obviously the building didn't survive, but they did get things. But I mean, I have to say, even on the day,
like walking out the door, not being able to perhaps even lock the door, or
you just bung everything in the safe, I imagine. So,
So do you do that every night?
Yes, we do. Sorry, and we check it 3 times. Well, I have to be honest, it took me about 5 years to know it, so I probably, if I had to tell you now, I wouldn't be able to. It's an instinct thing. I cracked my knuckles 3 times. No, I don't really, but yes, sometimes I still don't get it, so I think it would be, yes, it just, I can't. I can't for professional reasons, but I probably couldn't reel it off anyway.
So with, I've got a funny story about the earthquake. It's not really a funny story, and it's not even my story to tell, but I'm going to tell it. It's Peter's sister worked in a bank. She was in the safe at the time of the quakes. So I think with banks, there was always someone in the safe kind of making sure it was like staying even or something like that. So just the balance was all good and stuff like this, and maybe the tellers would come and get money and I don't know the full story or the details, but anyway, she was in the safe and earthquake and left that day, leaving the safe open.
Wow.
Which didn't turn out to be a problem.
No, but it could have been.
Yeah. It'd make a good movie. So you've never had a problem with...
this is going to happen
no burglaries.
No, I've never been held up, but I'd either try to talk them out of it, or I'd just, I suppose...
You would suggest what they should steal. That's what you could do. You could
I'd be selective. I'm never like that. Take that one.
Yeah,
I don't actually know what I do. I tend to think I can talk myself out of any situation, but having said that, please don't put it to the test. No, I don't know. Well, you wouldn't be a hero, would you? I mean... I think the thing is we're sort of in desperate times. Well, desperate times for some people. And, I had someone wanting to sell me a watch recently. And it had been a good watch back in the day, but it wasn't now. And he just wanted some money for bread and milk, which had I had change in my pocket,
full on.
I probably would have given him. So we did actually discuss the rising prices and how jolly annoying it was. And then I complimented him. He had some quite stunning, very unusual black studded leather boots. So I think he just needed a kind conversation. But I don't know whether he might not have wanted bread and milk. But what I'm saying is he wasn't asking for the world here. So
No.
But then, having said that, I did once have someone that said they couldn't get home and could they have petrol money, so I gave him $10 out of my purse, and I've never seen him again. But would I do it again? Probably, but that's going to have a whole raft of people coming to ask me for money now. I never have change.
Oh no, I mean it just happens in the central city.
I think it does.
I tell you what, Neroli. There is a bit of a homeless problem in town. It's not. I mean, okay, it's not extreme or anything, but it's perhaps increased since the earthquakes. And there's different types. Like people who are on the street are just the same as people who are working whatever. And I mean, one of the sort of personality things that I notice is some of them are quite keen to ask and try and get stuff. But the other day I pulled up and I saw a homeless guy out the window that I've kind of been, waving at and stuff like that. And wound down the window, I said, "Hey, do you want some change?" And he said, "Nah, I'm all good."
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Which I like that because I thought, that's cool. He put me in my place a little bit. But also, he was like, that's the type of person I would like to help. Because they're not approaching me and walking down the street and trying to make me feel guilty or anything like that. But he was, he's like a full-time homeless person.
Well,
like if anyone could do a change, it's him. Like in reality.
Yeah, absolutely. True. I had a customer years ago that he had said how he must have parked near Valentine's and he saw there were quite a few homeless people there. So he said, I remembered I had this jersey in my bag, in my boot, and I thought, well, they could do with it. So he gave them this jersey. And they didn't take it. And of course, I jokingly said, well, that's because it was rod and gun. They might not have liked that, But anyway, that didn't go down very well. But I don't think they wanted his jersey. But he was very upset about it. So
he took it personally.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not joking about homeless because I've worked in Christchurch most of my life. So I've seen, you see people come and going, and I think, oh, where's that person? Or where's that, Especially when we were in Sydney, it was like, being a community service person, but in a nice way. But it's awful. I feel like with older people, and I mean people, I'm going to say over 30 this time, but that I feel, yes, of course I feel for them, but I guess the people I feel for most, I feel really sorry for young people when I see them, because I think if your shoulders are down and you're looking at the pavement now, it's pretty grim, isn't it? Whereas I feel like, I guess when you like to think an older person might have a chance, this is just sounding terrible, but I particularly just feel for young people, because we all need something to grasp on and some sort of hope. And, I don't know about you, but sometimes I think, oh, for goodness sake, but then I just go to the beach. But, it's not quite that simple.
Oh, no, totally. That's right.
We all
it is kind of complex.
Thing. It is a very complex thing, and I certainly wouldn't think I know anything about it.
No, but, it's... it's okay, and I think it's okay to involve kind of humour to a certain degree. I remember when I worked at Vivace.
Oh yes, that
a long time ago. Sort of pre-earthquake, and I remember Rockabella in the mall. Because you worked with Natalie, and do you know what, Neroli?
That's right.
Natalie comes in here sometimes.
Well, there you go.
It would be cool if you guys bumped in. We're in here at the same time.
I went on a road trip at Easter with Vicky, who's running it now. So
Rockabella. So has Rockabella got a shop in town, or?
Yeah, they have. In Cashel Street. Yeah, now I'm doing a double advert, but I still work at Kennett Crafted Jewels. But they have.
That's okay.
So that's an earthquake comeback story. So it's good. Anyway,
oh, that's cool.
So it was.
What was I going to say? Oh, now the homelessness. And when I was working at Vivace on Hereford Street, I worked there for 9 years.
Goodness,
But the leftover food, there wasn't... now there's a place that comes around and picks up any leftover food, and it has a place where it distributes it. But I would take the food, and on my way home, just walking through Victoria Park and stuff like that, I'd see homeless people give it to them. But it kind of cracked me up because I would be giving 80-year-old men blue cheese sandwiches or salmon and capers.
A nice free on,
and
exactly.
all this quite...
funny.
I don't know, they probably thought it was, ugh,
what's
this stuff?
Yeah. But it's not wasted, so that's...
No, that's right.
Yeah, maybe they barter. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, not another blue cheese sandwich.
Yeah, true. Yes. We don't have leftovers in my job, so... No.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah.
So now the gold in your rings.
Yes.
This is something that I've heard when I got engaged.
Yes.
And I've never really known whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
Is most of the gold found in New Zealand gold? Like, was it mined here, and is most of it kind of from the West Coast, or...?
You would have to pick the question I know the least amount of things about.
Sorry.
I know it comes from New Zealand, but I don't know. But I'm going to deflect quickly. I had customers once that I don't think they're from New Zealand. They were especially going to the West Coast, and they were going to mine enough gold to make for their wedding ring.
Wow.
Well, needless to say that
they're still there.
They probably are. They just didn't get enough. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Because I was always curious about that.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, whoa.
I mean, it might have once, but I mean, I think all I know is that we get our gold from Auckland, so I don't.
Yeah.
Don't,
so gold isn't as traceable as diamonds?
Where'd you get these questions from?
I don't know.
No, I don't look past. I don't know. But,
No.
So I don't actually know the answer to that question. So
Fair enough.
I mean, we buy it in New Zealand, so I'm assuming it comes from New Zealand, but I'll be doing some research the minute I get to work.
I'm going to continue on the gold questions now that I found a weakness.
Give me another one. Yeah, you've gone for it. Yeah.
Rose gold, white gold.
Yes.
Are they still kind of popular, or have they ever been?
Rose gold is perceived as sort of being antique. Yeah. So white gold not as much, because gold's gone up so much. We tend to use platinum, in fact. Yeah, we don't use white gold much at all.
Is that right?
Yeah. Whereas
gold it hasn't overtaken platinum.
Well, it has in price per ounce, but of course platinum's heavier, but it's it's the metal of choice. And white gold kind of became popular because people couldn't afford platinum. Yeah. In fact, we used to work with palladium a lot, which is a sort of a sister metal of platinum, because that was much cheaper. But now that we never work with palladium, and that is higher than anything else.
Is that right?
Many, many times
higher.
Well, I think it's a commodity they use in some electronic-y sort of thing. But
true.
palladium was like, oh gosh, they can't afford platinum. Well, let's do palladium because it has similar properties. And unlike white gold, where you have to put this rhodium coating on it to keep it white, palladium and platinum just stay the true sort of colour. So so that's been an interesting change.
Yeah. Do you guys? Should people who have jewellery, should we be getting it serviced? Do we need to get it cleaned?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Great.
Here's another story. It's good that I don't actually remember the name of the people. I had a lady come in and she was incensed because she had bought this ring from Kennett's 30 years ago, and look what's happened.
It's black gold.
Well, no. I tell you what had happened. It had all worn away, and she'd lost a stone. And I mean, I hope I didn't bluntly say it, but I quite possibly did. I thought, I said, you don't drive a car for 30 years without getting it serviced. But I think generally there's that thing, particularly with a wedding ring, there's that symbol, when on and whenever, and I'm not taking it off. So, I get that as a thing. And the other thing I think this is the Kiwi can do. Let's just garden, bake, change the oil on our car, all wearing the jewellery. So
because there's
yes, please bring your jewellery to be checked. I won't even charge you.
Now I don't know what the home remedy is. So there's but I can imagine it would be baking soda and white vinegar or lemon juice or something like that.
Do
those things,
to be honest,
are those things damage your rings?
No, with baking soda. I'm
Maybe.
not sure about that. I mean, I wouldn't use anything abrasive. Actually, a little bit of detergent and warm water.
Yeah.
Just pop it in a little dish.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So what So a diamond ring, can the diamond be, so it gets polished? It doesn't, because the diamond doesn't wear out, right? But the gold does.
A diamond will wear out with another diamond.
Right.
Well, I'm not so much now because it hasn't been on forever, but remember Get Smart, or are you too young for that?
No, I remember Get Smart.
I love that. Yeah, Agent 99. She got trapped in a box and the water was rising and she got her diamond ring and went and cut herself out of there. So in theory, you should be able to do that. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, obviously
that would be
it was a big
an awesome
diamond
publicity stunt.
Yeah, it was. It was.
No, for Kennett.
As long as I'm not the one trapped, because I'm super claustrophobic.
Yeah. And is it true? Funny. This is another myth that I've heard about. Well, I don't even know if it's a myth.
Yeah.
But one time I heard that linen bed sheets will damage diamond rings or something.
Well, if you wear your jewellery to bed over a period of time, and I don't know where. Well, it could be linen. How coarse are the sheets? But you know, I mean. But anything like that, especially if you've got two rings and they're rubbing together, I mean, it doesn't happen before your eyes, but over a period of time. Of course, we suggest that people take their jewellery off, but, you know, can we follow them home? No. Would we want to? Definitely not. Yeah, but that's what I would say to people. But there's always that fear that they're going to get it. They're going to lose it, so they wear it.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
Man, it's really tied into our kind of psychology and stuff in a way, isn't it?
Jewelry? It is. Yeah.
Because it's like a sort of a status, and it's a symbol, isn't it, ultimately?
Yeah. Well, I think it was like, I guess with my mum's generation, I mean, my mother they tend to wear them all on one finger, so you frankly can't see the wood for the trees. But I do think that comes back to an era where, you know, it is a bit of a status symbol. Is it now? Well, I'd probably say not so much.
No.
Yeah. Well, put it this way, younger people don't buy jewellery and stack it all up.
No.
You know, like that.
So the jewellery that they do buy, is it quality? Like, I mean, that's a ridiculous question, isn't it? That's
everything
like how long
is quality in our store.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean, like, as opposed to like dress
quality
jewellery.
over quantity.
Yeah. Generally, I would say. I mean, obviously, we're just one small part of it. You know? Yeah.
Ah.
Cool.
Well.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
There's jewellery done, Milton.
I know.
Do you have any questions about diamonds?
Do you need anything? Yeah.
Famous people come into your shop?
No, I don't think I've had any famous people. We have sports people, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, sports people.
Sports people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm the person that once mistook our courier driver for Dan Carter. So, I mean,
that's brilliant. But was he quite quick?
It was
or did he just kick the parcel?
Super embarrassing, you know. Yeah, in fact, we do still laugh about it. But, I thought I was at this thing at a fashion shop down the road, and I saw this guy, and I said, "Oh, Justin, you scrub up well." And so somebody kicked me and said, "Oh, that's actually Dan Carter," but our courier driver looked like him, and I'd only ever seen him in the yellow and red, so I thought, "Wow, he looks super trendy."
Yeah.
So I don't know stars, but no, Dan didn't come into our shop, but he's most welcome. Yeah. Yeah, so I couldn't name them even if I wanted to, because I'm not like Miss Supersport. So.
Oh, no. Me either.
No, you know what I mean?
Me either.
Which is why I got that so wrong. Yeah.
Nah, but that's probably refreshing for them. They probably like that.
Well, let's hope so, yeah.
Yeah. And, no famous people. We sometimes, not here, but I remember a few sort of semi-famous people coming into the cafe.
Oh, okay.
Judy Bailey, I particularly remember.
Yeah.
And now, whenever I say to my wife, guess who came into the cafe today? She always says, Judy Bailey. I'm like, oh. But she thinks that's hilarious. And it kind of is.
Yeah.
But it was, nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Because she was like the mother of the nation, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, funny.
As a newsreader. I don't know if that happens in other countries. Probably not.
I did serve Edmund Hillary once, Sir Edmund. That was...
Wow.
But not in a jewellery capacity.
Wow.
That was when I was a waitress back in the day. But anyway, he was very nice. He's sort of a hero of mine. So.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, that's right. I got his autograph on a serviette, and do you think I can find that now? Not because I want to do anything with it, but it's gone. So done. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So that's my brush with a famous person.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I saw Paul Holmes in the warehouse in Linwood one time. Man, that guy's so short.
Yeah. And
He's even shorter now.
That's way out of his way. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there, but it's like, oh, there's Paul Holmes.
Oh, okay.
And then the opposite, I saw, actually, when I was working at Vivace, I saw John Cleese.
Oh, really? Oh,
who's going into Scorpio Books across the road. So, and he's real tall. So
yes, that's right.
I've seen
Did
a
he
shorty
walk funny?
in a tallie. Yeah.
Sorry, I just remember him having a walking style.
Oh no, he didn't do that.
No, and he didn't. Oh,
no.
darn! How disappointing. Yeah.
Yep.
Funny. Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Scorpio Books is pretty legendary shop
Yeah,
that
it
has
is,
survived
yeah.
many years in Christchurch.
Go there at Christmas time. You literally can't move. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
So.
And like you say, Milton, famous people do frequent it.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan and stuff like that. When I was working at Vivace, because Dave or Helen would come across the road and come into Vivace. Vivace was a cool wee cafe. There was an awesome little culture around there.
Yes.
And
is this when I do a shout out to my sister's partner Tonto that used to work there?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, Tonto was
he was
the face of Vivace.
That's right. Yeah.
And like he knew hundreds of, if not thousands of people, and the coffees that they drank.
I know, that's right.
And I was, I started off working beside him, and as did many other people. And we would have to try and keep up, basically.
If he wants coffee at my place, he brings his own.
Does he?
No, he actually does.
That my in-laws do the same thing. Yeah, they don't really.
Yeah. He brings everything. The milk, the coffee grinder.
Oh,
I just stand back and let it happen.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How does he make it?
Oh, it's
like, no, does he have an
secret.
espresso machine or plunge?
No, he's a stovetop boy.
Stovetop?
Yeah, stovetop. Yeah.
Stovetops are pretty cool.
Yeah. I've never been able to wrangle. It looks like dark, thick petrol when I've made them. So.
Yeah. He's right on the button though, because stovetop is a nice, like it's not too, making coffee can be real messy at home. Having an espresso machine, it's just another appliance that's going to take up space, break down, and all that type of thing. And it's nice actually, but you get a really high quality coffee out of a stovetop.
You do,
but for little space taking up and all that other type of thing. Yeah.
Have you got any tips, Dave, for making a nice stovetop?
Stovetop is exactly the way that Tonto told me. Was do you want me to? Yeah, I may as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, give it out. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously the grind is crucial in coffee.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of experiment with that. But so it's heating the stovetop thing up pretty much with hot water, and then sort of dismantling it, drying the basket, putting the coffee in as you would in an espresso machine, kind of levelling it off, and Tonto used to say using the back of a spoon to kind of smooth it off and to create a bit of a concave kind of thing. And then putting hot water in the machine, maybe. I can't remember if you said cold or hot now.
I didn't even see.
But anyway, water in, popping it back on the stove, and as soon as that coffee starts coming up through the centre little thing, taking it off the heat. Not leaving it on there until it's going crazy.
That I do know.
Yeah, so just kind of, because the water coming through an espresso machine is like at 92, 93 degrees. So you don't want it boiling through the coffee.
No.
I think that's probably what I would do, is boil it through the coffee. When I was at a student flat, it's like, I'm really making it work now. The machine's really happening. Really boiling. So I would have boiled the heck out of it.
No, it's actually just to kind of take it off as soon as it starts to come out, and then it will just gradually, it will finish. Like, I don't know, it's probably some kind of thing, like the water just eventually goes through. There's enough heat in there to push it all through and get a really good extraction.
Well, the coffee we drink now compared to what we drank, years ago. Like my parents, we had a hand grinder thing, and my sister and I would grind this. There were special cups. They were quite low. They probably didn't keep it hot. Dad would have it with a big blob of whipped cream on the top.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's come back, because cream is massively... The keto...
is that what that is? Yeah. So, and it was certainly nothing. We got to do the grinding, but we didn't. And I can remember the smell of it, because it was really unusual. Only, the visitors would get it. It wasn't something that my parents sort of drank. Or they probably had that. My mother probably had the instant stuff, but not goodness knows what hand grind. You know, I mean, it was.
I've got a hand grinder at home. Yeah. Hand grinders have totally come back as well.
Have they? Oh,
yeah,
well, there
they're
you go.
quite big.
Yeah.
But not everyone is really into them. So the hand grinders are good for filter coffees, which you're grinding a little bit more coarsely and stuff. And the beans are perhaps more kind of higher.
Well, goodness knows
you're not grinding espresso.
The beans would have come back in the day. Because can I help myself to that?
Yeah.
Or I'll
go for it,
Milton.
Here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So
I remember at Vivace we used to have Vienna coffees. I don't see them around so much anymore.
No, is that the one with
the blob of cream on top?
That's what Dad called it. Yeah, it was Vienna. Yeah, I know.
True.
Yeah.
And they were really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Add cream to anything, pretty much.
I think so. It's had a bad rap, but it shouldn't. Yeah.
No, that's right.
So
have you been getting into that, Neroli?
What's that?
Like cream, and because there's this big thing at the moment, which, I suppose it's the keto thing and stuff, where the fats are now considered to be good, and it's the sugars which have been.
I don't go out of my way to eat cream, but if it's there, I'm not going to say no. You know. Remember the scones with jam and cream?
Oh, totally.
You know, pikelets with jam and cream.
Yeah.
My mum used to do all those things. Yeah.
I
don't think it's a bad thing. I think sugar is.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
We're trying to cut back our carbs and our sugar.
Yeah.
And increase our fats. But I think, there is a bit of a danger. If you don't do it perhaps too well, you'll end up having more fat, and you still end up having a certain amount of sugar. And then
yes, true. Yeah.
You just end up putting on a lot of weight.
Yeah. Well,
not that it's all about weight loss.
No,
but it's just
I know.
about general health.
It's about health. That's what I think. Without getting, I don't follow one particular diet or the other. Yeah. You know, as fast as one is on the up, another one's down, and then that's out, and then something else is.
Yeah, totally.
So,
The Atkins diet was classic for that.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. I don't even remember what that involved, but
I think just bacon.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Maybe not. No, that's the
bacon
it's
diet.
been misinterpreted. Hey, Neroli, talking about health.
Yes.
Now, my mum. You met my mum.
Yes, I love your mum.
In this little espresso bar.
Yes.
And I'd just like to say thank you for the kindness you showed.
Oh, she's adorable. I think we clicked. You know how you just meet someone and just feel something for them. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was just starting to go through cancer and stuff, and it was just really nice and genuine. Like, you didn't know her, and you kind of reached out and you did all those things, that it was just really sweet.
Oh, nice, thanks. Yeah.
But that came from, obviously, your own experience.
Oh, yes. The best experience of my life. Yeah. Well, it wasn't that flash, some of the treatment, but it is, I would say it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah. What advice can you give people that are perhaps not going through it themselves, but what advice can you give maybe friends or family? Or
well, here's one. When you're asking it how they are, there's this thing that people do when you've had cancer. They go, "How are you?"
Oh, right. Yep.
Freaking irritating.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what. It's just that tone. I was talking to someone about it a couple of days ago. Actually. Yeah.
So
I don't know, what can you do? Well, sometimes people just avoid the topic altogether. It's always good. I mean, of course, I'd rather have somebody say that. Well, my favourite at the moment is, I had a friend that had breast cancer, and she didn't have it for ages, and then it's come back, and they do that tone. So, thanks for that. Yeah. I really want to hear that. You know.
Yeah.
Look, something might come back. Something's going to bite.
I had a friend that died as well.
Yeah. I know. I have had everything, but we're all going to die. So it's just a matter of how soon and by what, or how late and by what. So I'm not scared of any of that sort of stuff.
That's right.
What it does when you have something like that, all the stuff, and boy, did I sweat the small stuff. Before the book was ever written. Every little thing, and it just all went, and it's been liberating, but I'm sure I would never have got to that, Yeah. Like my hair. My hair was my thing, which is embarrassing, but, but people said, oh, your hair is it's your best feature, which it might have been, it might not. Well, suddenly you don't have any, and it's easy, but it is quite funny how you cling on to all those things, and then it's gone, and it's like, well, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because there's a lot of different experiences in life that can kind of make things a lot more clear to us.
Yes.
And sort of, strip away all of that. I don't know.
I mean, I'm still neurotic. I'm just not as neurotic now. Yeah. I think I'm heaps more positive about things.
Yeah. That is interesting. Yeah. It's such a weird relationship. Like, sometimes I think about so many, like, on different levels. Like, say, for example, drugs. Yeah. Like, I used to take a fair amount of drugs.
Did you?
And the unusual thing is that drugs offer such a promise and, you know, a high, right? Yeah. And it's awesome. But then there's all of these negative consequences. Yes. And then you have, on the other hand, you have all of these negative things like cancer. Yeah. And we get we get the diamonds, like we get the good stuff out of that stuff, don't we?
Yeah,
like,
we do.
Why does it work that way? Why do you guys reckon?
Yeah.
Tell me, Neroli.
I don't know. Have I taken drugs? Well, here's no, actually. Well, I probably have a lot more Panadol than I should, but, you know, I mean, of course, like chemo, I mean, you see that stuff going in, and it's, I think it was a red colour, but it was an artificial red, the likes you've never seen before. I mean, that is quite scary, because it has to go in, it kills everything, hence the no hair thing, but I didn't really question it, really, because I thought, well, you have to have that to get to where you need to be, which at the time I didn't even know where that be. They just said you're having it and away you go. So it did work obviously, but but that's just a whole mix that's beyond my thing. So that's probably the biggest amount of drugs I've ever taken over a concentrated time.
Oh, you can you see someone. You could have just said to me, I used to be a druggie. It's like the tattoo thing. No, take that.
You know, I mean, personally, I'm not into tattoos, but when you have radiation, they tattoo you, which I was appalled about,
I didn't know this.
I've got 1, 2, 3. They're just dots.
Right.
But there was somebody came into the Kennett's for I don't know, a ring or something, and he turned out he worked at the tattoo place down the road, so I thought, here's my chance, I'm going to get that one taken off, because it's smack right there. Anyway, I went down, because he said he'd do it for nothing, yay, but it didn't come up, it didn't work, whatever they did, it didn't work, so I'm stuck with it now, so,
You could add to it. A lot of people say just, you know, break up with someone you've got the wrong name, just add a few more letters.
Johnny Depp, we're speaking to you.
Join the dots.
No, it's just sort of funny. So sometimes when people are talking about, because tattoos are such a huge thing now,
I've got 3.
Have you?
Yeah. No, I don't. Oh, no. But that's what
that's exactly what I say. So, but yes, I would have preferred not. But anyway, it's something to do with lining up the radiation beams. They still draw all over you, so I'm not quite sure why they need both. But anyway,
that's incredible. For some reason, I've gone through my entire life without hearing that.
Yeah. Well, no, somebody said, you'll get tattoos, and I just didn't actually believe them. So
no,
and it actually
you were thinking, "Well, this is going to be life changing."
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm so annoyed about them. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's just a little thing.
Yeah.
They could get like an artist in there, a tattoo artist, and it's like, well, you're going to get these 3 tattoos, so what would you like? You've always wanted one.
Yeah. But I never did want one, and I still don't actually.
No. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's interesting about the jewellers. So round town, is there much kind of rivalry and stuff? Because cafes and espresso bars, they're all over the place. And I think by and large we get on pretty well. We don't tend to talk to each other that much.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't mind having other cafe owners on this podcast, because I just think, what the heck? I don't have anything to freak out about.
Well...
So is there kind of like...
I'm not going to say rivalry. I mean, they might think there is, but...
Yeah.
It's too small a town, to be quite honest. I think we all have a point of difference. I mean, I would say, what's our main one?
Yes.
We have that history behind it.
That's right.
So.
Family owned, and stuff, No, I think that's a big draw card. Yeah. For people wanting to support businesses in Christchurch and stuff, I think that's just really nice. Because it's such a new city, and that's kind of the reason why we call Pilgrim. We wanted sort of a bit of an oldie, worldy name in a new city.
Yes, no, I know what you're saying,
which hopefully we've kind of achieved. But yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say about the cafe owners. Yeah, there's not a rivalry, but yeah, I would like to have some other cafe owners on the show.
Yeah.
Probably just talk about coffee.
Yeah, well, you would, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, Neroli.
Oh, goodness. Well, it was a bit dramatic at the end, wasn't it? You know, survived the cancer and nearly died from a coughing fit, but that's...
Yeah, that would have been unfortunate.
I know. Yeah, well, it's kind of been fun, really.
Yeah, cool. No, it's been awesome.
Yeah, good.
It's been great hearing about Kennett's and how it's still going real strong.
Yeah, thank you.
And...
what were... Kennett's has been going since
1880.
Oh, yeah.
1880, 142 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a great innings so far. Like, what would be the sort of the secret to that? How come they've...
Well, I think they've had to adapt. Kennett's, there's a lot of archival, things from the press and papers, where there would be a full page of watches. I mean, the watches were huge, and we've actually got a couple of little photos of the store back, the original store, and it used to be like an optician's where they'd cut the glass for glasses, and Anne's.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember how many greats to have, but let me just put two in there. Great-great-grandfather. There's a photo of him sitting in the window, but also in that shop window there's just like fob watches on chains. There's crates of stuff that have got Littleton on, which would have been clocks and barometers and who knows what. It was a massive thing, the watches. So I don't know, we don't even have watches now. We don't even do watch repairs now, which is sort of sad. But you literally couldn't give them away, and
is that because...
Phones, Fitbits, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's been a big change. What's the other thing? I mean, I think we've just had to evolve. But I mean, all through it, it's always been wedding and engagement rings. But I mean, obviously, watches were a big part, probably well over half the shop. So I think you just have to... We're still doing the same thing apart from the watches, but differently, like the CAD, for example. I mean, who knew that would be a thing?
Yeah. In actual fact, you know how florists go... All the florists get together in the morning and they go to an auction?
Oh, yes,
and they buy the flowers? Does that thing happen with diamonds?
No.
No,
we have suppliers.
You just
that
source
we get
them and stuff like that?
Yeah, we have suppliers that we get, because we don't keep a stock of them, because you could have... It's like rings. You could have... 20 different styles, and people wouldn't want any of them. But so you just get them as you need them, I suppose. Yeah.
So do you have a load of display kind of rings, which are... Can you create a whole load of display ones which have fake diamonds and stuff like that?
We don't do that. Yeah, the stock that we've got, yes, please come in and buy it. But but often, especially with an engagement ring, I mean, somebody wants something individual.
That's right.
Or they might say, well, I like that style, but I don't like that stone, so we can, then create something. And of course, it wouldn't matter what size you've got. Someone puts it on. This is my favourite thing. They go, oh, my finger's too fat. But it's nothing to do with that. When I worked in fashion, everybody, the smaller they were, the smaller they wanted to be. So there was all that anxiety around shape. And I thought, great, with jewellery you don't get that, but sometimes you do. Oh, because it's just this thing. Yep. They put on a ring and they go, oh, my finger's too fat. Well, it's not that at all. It's just that ring is not your size. So Anyway, it's a funny thing. But,
no, that's something.
I guess I would say that jewellery, there's no angst in jewellery like there is with fashion. So jewellery is for me, been a great thing, because it's, people are happy when they buy jewellery.
Yeah, that's right.
Good. Yeah,
unlike flowers, which can be for good occasions or bad.
Oh, yes, true.
Or sad.
Yes,
true.
That's right.
It's not bad, but sad.
I've noticed some very rich people, they could be into their watches, at least maybe at some sort of phase they go through, but they'll be comparing their $250,000 watches.
That's correct. So, yes, that's a whole different.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
Yeah,
field,
but yes, people. That's the thing with watch sales now. It's either that top end or I don't know, or a dress kind of a fashion watch. I'll say.
But it's something they can probably hit somebody with, big weighty,
I've never
heavy
thought of
things.
that. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I'm not too sure either. I guess, if you are on a path to wealth, you probably do go through different stages. I don't know.
100%.
Just guessing. But art is up there as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
and most
true.
people think, what are you doing spending all of that money on a painting for?
Yeah.
But there's a reason. It's an investment.
It is.
And it's like,
I think it's investment in status. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a really good investment when you get to that level of wealth, I think. And I think watches probably maybe on that. I think people get excited about my watch is from the 1970s, and it's you can go on and on. And
there is a bit of that. I don't think people do that with. Well, maybe they do. I just don't move in the sort of circles where people are comparing their huge big diamonds. But I mean, I'm sure it happens. Yeah. Cool.
That would definitely happen. Yep.
Oh yeah, what a.
It
totally.
But that's the same. You could say that with cars, or
exactly.
That's right.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Men stand around and stare at the engine of a car or something like that.
Right.
So I can't see why it wouldn't be any different.
No. Funny. Yeah. Well,
we are creatures. We can't escape ourselves sometimes too much, can we?
No.
Well, we're quite tribal when people. Want to know what school you went to and stuff like that sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Here's a shout out for Hill Morton. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's because I apparently look like someone that went to St. Margaret's. Or I often get mistaken. Right. Did you go there? No.
Yeah.
So, no, I went to... I went to Hill Morton,
Right, I'll crack on with this porridge.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yes, crack on. Yeah.
Neroli, thanks for coming in.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm sorry about the coughing thing.
That's totally fine. I cough as well.
Oh, yeah, I know, but not.
Cool. Alrighty.
Over and out. Yeah.